morning show.
Yeah.
The Big Show with Glenn and Angel on Kiss 92.
Good morning.
Sometimes getting out of bed in the morning is a lot to deal with all at once.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to the biggest and best breakfast show in the world. We are The Big Show. It's Glenn Angel and Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning. So bright and sunny and loud.
And hair-free. Oh, not quite. You have to be watching us on the Big Show TV to understand what's going on right now. I mean, Glenn's wearing his, is that a Chicago Bulls?
No, it's a Detroit Pistons
of course,
classic
yeah. This is how much I
jersey
know about
with,
Rodman on the back.
Of course.
Yep. And so as with most basketball T-shirts, they are singlets. And
Yeah,
Glenn
and
just feels he needs to show his armpits off. So watch us on the Big Show TV. It's on YouTube and Facebook at Kiss 92 FM.
because this is my rule all these years, right? If I were to put a tank top on, then my armpits have got to be like baby smooth. But it's just that yesterday I was so busy, I forgot, and I just grabbed this morning, on the way out, and I realized while I was driving to work, I'm like, did not shave my armpits.
Does that give you anxiety?
No, it doesn't give me anxiety.
Okay, all right,
Nothing
okay.
gives me anxiety.
Okay, all right.
Nothing. That's the thing.
Okay.
This is my problem. That's why I see Jerry sometimes. I'm like, why? Why am I like so cool?
Cool like a cucumber.
Okay,
Dr.
anyway.
Jerry? That could be a disorder in itself.
Okay, we're talking about disorders this morning. So Angel was telling me we're going to be talking about specific learning disorders.
So
What
I
is-
thought I wanted to cover this disorder because it is really misunderstood. Everybody hears and reads about dyslexia, but they don't realize that it is under the broad umbrella of specific learning disorder.
Oh.
So it's under a category in the DSM-5, and so a learning disorder just means that the child has difficulty in one area of learning, but your overall intelligence or motivation may not be affected. So it's just one area that they might have challenges in. Okay, so there are three different areas of under the specific learning disorder. Okay, so there are the reading disorder, written expression, as well as math. So you can have some of these difficulties, and we under three of them, and they have what we call specifiers. That means we look for different things to determine which one the child has.
Okay. Specific learning
Specific learning disorder.
So that is an umbrella, is it?
It is an
Okay.
umbrella term. It's a disorder by itself that has different areas of difficulty.
Oh, okay. Got
Okay,
it.
let's continue to talk to Jerry on the Big Show TV. Here's Espa with Whiplash on Kiss 92.
Okay, we'd like to say good morning to all of you who are watching us on the Big Show TV. Cindy, Sally, Judy, Susan, Rachel, May, Trevor, Christine, Moll, Helmi. My goodness, so many of you. David is here. Michael's here. Good morning, everyone.
Good
If
morning,
you have
and
any questions.
happy second last day of the Chinese New Year, because tomorrow is Tsap Gome.
Yeah, it's full moon tomorrow.
So Jerry, I'm sure you've been going for many Chinese New Year parties and all that, right?
Yeah, as in dinners and long
Yeah.
haze and everything. But yesterday was really exciting. We had a lovely, so the therapy room, my center, had a lovely event. We were doing our biannual checkup for the seniors. But yesterday's event really just exploded with many different partners. And we had Unsina, her clothing brand is Unseen, and she dressed them up with her latest Chinese New Year collection.
Wow.
So
Oh,
the
there you go.
seniors- Oh, yes, they are all dressed up. And those in red polo t-shirts are students from KRSS, Cambridge Secondary School. So these student leaders, their principal, Madam Valerie Go, giving her a big shout out, is a big believer in intergenerational work as well as community work. So she is the one that really leads all her entire team to doing all the good work. So we had the student leaders with us, helping us throughout the entire event. And then beautiful partners like the Singapore Kindness Movement, Singapore Pools, who sponsored our food, Listening Lab, who sponsored some of our things in the goodie bag. I think there were so many partners, and a big thank you to so Yong An Active Hub Gerald, as well as his CEO Tim, for having us do the biannual checkup.
Oh,
We
Eric was
see,
there as well.
SPS Eric tried. Yes,
Yeah.
he was
Wow.
so lovely, and we were all mesmerized by his speech. He's effectively bilingual, and he just slips into one language after another other language alternately without breathing. And I was just, oh my gosh, just mesmerized. The seniors really loved him.
Yeah.
And he was such a hit with all of them. I mean, the theme of yesterday was confidence, and there was so much that we were supporting each other, giving each other courage and confidence yesterday for the fashion walk, for the entire event. So it was very, very beautiful.
And
Shalini, by the way, can you, before I forget, I
Yeah.
always forget this, we need to invite Eric on the show. It's been a while. I don't think he's been on the show.
I don't think so. And it's interesting that you said it's about confidence, because you said he showed so much confidence with being so effectively bilingual as well,
Yes.
without tripping over or umming and eyeing and stuff like that,
Yes, so many of us, even to give a speech in one language is tough
Yeah.
enough. He gave a speech in both languages in alternate paragraphs. You could literally hear him from one language to another, and he was just delivering it, and everyone could understand him. It
Yeah,
was
but can he
amazing.
speak Tamil? That's the question here.
I wanna be able to do that, slip into Mandarin and English so easily, because I mean it's very handy. And it's a nice party trick. What are you smirking about?
Angelique Nicolette Teal wants to
Be effectively bilingual.
wants to
Nothing wrong
speak
with that.
Mandarin.
I'll be better than you.
I'm not that fantastic lah, but you are really like
So your
they
bench-
say Jiak Kantang, you are the one.
You know what? But learning has no boundaries. So
Exactly.
even those with specific learning disorder, we think that they are limited. They are not limited. So just because you're talking about the different languages, and many people think specific learning disorder is about a language disorder. It is not about a language disorder. It's a learning difficulty. Yeah. So they may have difficulty in English. They also may have difficulty in Mandarin. So many of them have difficulty in Mandarin, but it also can be that they have difficulty in other languages too.
Right. I gotta brush up on my Mandarin, man.
Oh, now you say you have to brush up. Just
I have
because
to.
I said I wanted to learn better.
You know, especially now, I want to meet more aliens. No?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, isn't that like Hokkien? Not so much Mandarin, or are there
Oh,
different
really?
dialects? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think Mandarin will be easier for me. I
You stop
think.
raising your arms.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry
thanks.
about
We're
that.
on screen.
Stop making me feel so conscious now.
Confidence. Oh. Dr. Jerry, please carry on.
What? Did the camera catch me doing that?
Every camera caught you doing
Oh
that.
my god. Can you imagine the people who are watching us on like 86-inch
HD, yeah.
TVs?
They see all your pores and follicles.
I think so. Yes. But anyway. Okay.
We shall not learn about pores and follicles today. We shall
No.
learn about the three different
Okay.
so a lot of people know about dyslexia.
Okay, wait, hold on,
We've
Jerry.
mentioned
We go on air and we'll talk about this.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the PIE towards the airport at the KPE ECP exit, look out for an accident. Also on the SLE towards the BKE right after Lentor Avenue's exit, avoid lane 1. Another accident. Now remember, today is Thaipusam. Lots of road closures in and around Serangoon Road as well as Tank Road for the procession. So look out for that and head to the One Motoring website if you need specific details. Let us know if you spot anything. It's 88550920.
Good morning, and of course to all our Hindu friends observing Thaipusam, have a wonderful day ahead.
Absolutely.
Our guest for this morning is award-winning psychologist from the therapy room, Dr. Geraldine Tan, and we were just talking about specific learning disorders.
Disorder, yes. And there are three different discs that we often talk about: dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia. So specifically these three come under specific learning disorder. So what is dyslexia? The specifier that we use is impairment in reading. Dysgraphia, impairment in written expression. And dyscalculia is impairment in math. So there are these three that fall under the broad category of specific learning disorder.
I think I'm number 3.
Math.
Yeah. My math is horrible.
But just because it's horrible doesn't mean you have a disorder, right, Dr. Jerry?
Yep. So you would need to fulfill certain criteria, with all these different SLDs, yes, with all the specifiers.
Especially I feel these days, these days I'm like really slow when it comes to, mental calculation.
Yeah, I feel like it's so important as even now, whether you're everyone's getting older, to keep the mind busy as well, not just the physical self.
So,
How's your math, Jerry? You don't look like someone who's very good at math, actually. Am I right?
You'd be surprised.
Oh,
I got my
wow.
A's in math.
Oh.
We got daddy's genes. Daddy used to be an engineer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes.
Well done.
And he used to say you add, subtract, multiply, divide, or you don't go to school. So these are the 5 things on your hand.
Add, subtract, multiply, divide, and the fifth one is don't go to school, right? Okay.
Don't go to school. So if you can't do all these, you better not go to school.
And I feel like math is factual.
Yes,
it doesn't change, right? Math is factual. So if you get that down, you'd be good at it. But having said that, I was terrible at math as well.
Okay, so dyscalculia is more than being bad at math, okay? It is a learning disorder that you have difficulty understanding the numbers. And you cannot, for the life of you, learn how to manipulate the numbers and to learn the math facts. So although it is factual, some people just cannot understand it. So some of the things is you would see children having difficulty learning time, or having visual spatial difficulty or spatial reasoning. Or they cannot understand about measurement.
But time's not so important now. People don't want to read the clock anymore. They just look at their phones.
Oh yeah, there's some
They
people who
said-
can't tell the time.
We
huh?
have a couple of producers in our studio who can't tell the time on an analog clock.
Oh my god, that is true.
Because it's all digital now, right?
Right.
So they don't feel the need to do that whole second hand. Was it first hand, second hand?
Yes.
First hand, second hand.
Long
Yeah,
hand, short
long-
hand. I mean-
No,
I
that's
mean,
the
It all depends on how our parents taught us.
long hand, short hand
you
is
know.
writing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
But try telling that to
They
some
don't care.
Chinese families, who just like, oh, this hand is long, that's short.
Oh, right.
So
Do they
that's how
say
they
that?
describe. Yeah.
got it.
You think everybody speaks English as well as you? Huh?
I don't expect it. I don't expect it.
Okay. Anyway, let's continue to talk to Jerry on the Big Show TV. It's 8:20.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not just the long hand, short hand, hour hand, minute hand, but it is more than that. If you're just talking about time, even I think if we recall some of the questions where they say, the time is 8 a.m. and Sally slept for like 6 hours. So what time did she go to bed? The
2,
night before.
3 p.m.
She didn't.
So
she,
that-
she didn't because she slept the same morning.
So it's tough for the students to calculate the time. So
Okay.
things like measurement. So it's not just the spatial reasoning, but also the calculation. So they have a lot of difficulty trying to visualize or conceptualize the questions. So that would really impede their learning, impede sometimes even daily life. So that's dyscalculia, and then we have dyslexia, which we've spoken before, is a reading disorder. So there's difficulty recognizing the word, having to decode a word or sound the word. So some people have issues with their phonics. Even though they've gone for classes, they have been taught many times, they find it difficult to try and understand this different sounds.
Right. X-Men, Rise of the Phonics.
Dr. Jerry, Rachel is asking on our Facebook. She says she's asking, how do we know if a child has the disorder? I'm not sure which disorder she's referring to, but we only have 3 that we're talking about.
Yes. So whatever it is, they go for an assessment first. Remember, we talked about assessment and testing. So go for an assessment first. The psychologist will need to find out all the background history to be able to determine what tests to do later on. So that would be the first consultation, and they will get all the background from you. If you have handwriting, you have samples of works that we can see, like their composition, their math, their Chinese characters, the different works that showcase their difficulty. Bring it to us. We can actually look at it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
just because
there's-
a child has a messy, messy handwriting, or doesn't do so great at math, or anything like that, or draw. What's the graphic one again?
dysgraphia. So dysgraphia is the difficulty of the physical writing. So that's one part.
Oh, writing,
And also
okay.
translation of the thoughts into words. So sometimes you see a child that is very articulate and they speak very well. They present themselves very well. But when you ask them to write a composition, they write 2 sentences and they say they're done. So they have a lot of difficulty putting their thoughts into writing, into a fluent piece of essay.
But nowadays, with technology and stuff like that, would it make more sense for a child like that, in that particular example that you gave, can speak? Would it make more sense for them to record what they speak and put words into text?
So now we have the chat GPT, AI to help us. But in the past, where they did not have this resource, it is difficult for them.
Okay.
Yeah, but they still need to learn because there's still that gap
Yeah.
where their thoughts, their thoughts, their words, the verbal words, and writing doesn't quite
Sync.
connect.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah,
it's X-Men Dark Phoenix, not the Rise of the Phoenix.
The phonics or the phoenix? The phonics. He's in his. He's in his.
Phoenix.
He's in his own world. Is there a sort of diagnosis for this? That he just goes off into his own little world?
Are we surprised that he does that?
No, but I'm sure that's a disorder. That
Time for you to see me also, Jerry.
How many years has it been?
Too many.
That you've been trying.
At least she's consistent.
About 5 years, I think.
Yeah, she's very consistent. Her answer is always no.
One day. Anyway, okay.
Gosh.
So
A little bit more about dysgraphia
Yeah,
because
please.
many people have read about dyslexia, but they don't quite know. And dyscalculia appears to be a little bit more straightforward because it's to do with math. So dysgraphia is the one where the handwriting may be compromised, and they can be all squished together or spread out together. It can go down the line, up and down the line. So it makes it very difficult for teachers to read the handwriting, and they get penalized for it, or they miss out letters in between, right? Their handwriting, so handwriting is very, or rather writing is very tiring for them. So how they hold the pen is also something else we need to correct. Well, we don't. The occupational therapist corrects them.
Would this mean that they're bad at drawing as well, or is it just specifically writing?
They don't need to be bad at drawing
Oh,
because
right.
has many different components, right? It's not just the holding of the pen, it's formulating your thoughts, penning down your thoughts, but they can be very artistically inclined also. So it doesn't mean that if you have dysgraphia, you're bad at everything, but you may not have too great fine motor skills, and it may affect something else.
So I was looking up famous people with dyscalculia, and
as in bad handwriting.
as in bad handwriting.
All the doctors who are tuned in right now.
Dysgraphia.
Dysgraphia.
you mean.
Dysgraphia. Sorry, I looked up dyscalculia.
Dysgraphia.
Yes.
Why did we have to learn manuscript in school?
Oh, I love it. Because that was the way people wrote, right, back then.
So those with dysgraphia would find calligraphy very difficult to read.
Oh, okay, hold on, Jerry. We're going to go for another traffic update.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Not much happening on the main roads, but do take note that Taipusam is on today. So roads are closed in and around Serangoon Road, for example, Saligi Road, Sturdy Road, Verasamy Road, as well as Tank Road. Quite a big list up on One Motoring's website. So just click on road closures and you'll be led to a document that tells you what's happening around the area. If you have any updates, it's 885550
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. I have to say, I miss, experiencing Taipusam at the Tank Road area.
Tank Road,
Because my
right?
apartment over there, I'm renting it out.
Yeah, it's such a big procession.
Yeah, but when I was staying there, I used
fairly
to.
close.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit inconvenient because the roads would be closed for like a couple of days or something like that. But there was an alternative route back to my place. But I love that area.
Yeah, I mean, if you know that the roads are going to be closed, then you just make plans, right, to take alternative routes.
Have you experienced, watching a Taipusam procession?
So not really, but this morning I was driving to work and opposite, McDonald House, that whole road,
Yes.
they already started at 6 plus a.m. It was quite a sight to behold. It's very beautiful. So you see all of them just walking there,
Yeah.
and it's early in the morning, so they didn't really have a lot of like drum beats or music, but it was already quite spectacular.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I had quite a treat this morning.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice.
coming
Growing
into
up, I
work.
found it a bit scary though.
I
Yeah.
did as well.
Yes.
Because we didn't understand it, right? But
Yeah.
now as you're
Actually, it's
older-
still a bit scary, I think. But it's
Yeah.
nice. I like I like the whole the whole thrill of it and
Yeah.
understanding what it's about as well.
and the reasoning as to why they do it as well.
Yeah.
It's special.
All right, Jerry. So we're talking about specific learning disorders this morning, and we just
Yes.
covered dysgraphia and dyscalculia and
Dyslexia.
dyslexia.
Yeah, so I was looking up famous people that have dysgraphia, right?
Dysgraphia.
Which is a problem sort of like with
Writing.
penmanship and all that. Albert Einstein, George Washington, Thomas Edison, Daniel Radcliffe, Agatha Christie, Glenn Ong,
Yes.
Henry Winkler, Cher. So quite a lot of Tommy Hilfiger, quite a lot of well-known people. So how common is
Yeah.
it, Dr. Jerry?
So it is actually about 5 to 15% of our students have it. Many of them go undiagnosed because they are very, very intelligent, and they are just scolded by teachers saying that they don't put in enough effort, they are lazy, write faster, you need to try harder, or if they are restless or they are dreamy just because they cannot focus, or they are tired, they are fatigued, then they are being scolded. Yeah. So
Can it be
it's quite
fixed?
sad.
Like things like
course,
dysgraphia?
So there's different sort of gadgets that can help them with it. There are actually 3 different types of dysgraphia. There's the dyslexic dysgraphia, where they have trouble spelling and forming words correctly, and the sequencing is wrong. There's motor dysgraphia, so that's the penmanship one that you're talking about that many people just focus on, and there's a spatial dysgraphia, where they have difficulty maintaining proper spacing in their words and letters, where everything is either crowded or too spaced out, or even alignment goes off sometimes. So those are the 3 different types of dysgraphia. So poor handwriting is one, difficulty with spacings and line, slow writing speed, because it's very tiring for them to write. So what happens is they either grip really, really hard or very, very lightly. So that results in their arm being very tired. And they really hate writing. They just don't like
Yeah,
writing.
I absolutely hate writing. But I realized over the years that it's because of the pen. So
The type of pen?
the type of pen.
Yeah.
Seriously. So I've had all types of pen. I had a Schaefer. I had a cross
Parker.
pen. I had a what do you call violet? No, violet. The V Pilot V pen.
Yeah,
No,
Pilot V or something. Yeah.
557, is it?
Whatever.
Yeah.
So I realized
Yeah.
if you choose the wrong pen, that's it. For me.
Your writing experience won't be nice. Yeah.
Because of the way it's like some are thicker, some are thinner. Even a Mont Blanc, for example, I
Yeah.
hate using a Mont Blanc to write because it's so thick.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I know
Yeah.
they've got thin ones, and I realized that the only pen that I enjoy using and writing, and I can just write and write and write and write, and no issues, the Kilometrico.
Oh,
Oh my god, I love the kilometrico.
Yep.
But the younger generation have no idea what kilometrico is.
Oh my goodness. Whenever it was exam time, I make sure I have my Kilometrico. I cannot use any other ballpoint pen.
I think it's very specific though. Pens are very specific to the individual. If you don't like, I don't like the very thin nibs.
Yeah.
That feel like they're about to break. I don't know have a specific one, but I know it when I feel it. That is a pen that I
So
like.
it's the
yeah.
Kilometrico for me. You like Kilometrico as well?
I love kilometrico, and I
Yeah.
love ballpoint pens.
Ballpoint
some
pens,
people
yeah.
like the water-based ones. The students are not allowed to, but for those that press down on the paper very hard, those
Yeah.
are really good because they cannot press it down, otherwise the ink would spread.
I remember
Yeah.
those ink spreads.
Kilometrical.
You can still get them, I'm sure.
No, you
What?
can't.
Really?
I don't see it anymore.
I don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
check
don't
online.
think they make it the way they used to.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
nice
this
blue.
is-
I like the color of it as well. Blue.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, let's continue to talk to Jerry on the Big Show TV before Shalini Susan punches me in my face. Here's Daft Punk featuring Pharrell Williams. Get Lucky on Kiss 92.
Were they these Papermate Kilometricos? Are those the
How come
ones?
there's so many other colors? That's not original then.
Is it by
There
Papermate?
are.
Papermate.
This-
Papermate
It's
Kilomet-
Papermate. Yes.
Maybe
Papermate.
now it's Papermate. Back in the
Red and
day.
black.
Yeah, they've got red, black, and blue, and I think these are it. They sell them on
Yeah.
Shopee.
I have to feel
You
them
have to
and touch
test it.
them
Yeah,
in order to know whether it's the same or
yeah.
not.
The logo looks the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still sell them.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. For those that have difficulty with their motor skills, find a pen that suits you, that you're comfortable
Like you
with.
see this nonsense pen that I have here in the studio. I don't know whose pen this is. $2. But the back part is thinner, and then all of a sudden, this part where you hold, where you're holding the pen, it becomes like thicker. I don't know whether that helps.
Yeah, that's it because it's padded, right? Is that the pen that I'm showing you?
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, on the screen, kilometrical. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, they still sell them.
Yeah. How come the body is white? Huh?
They
Do
have the blue ones.
one
Yeah,
as well?
they have the
Oh.
blue ones as well. Yeah.
Okay, I want to buy a box.
They have a box of 30 here online.
Really? Okay,
Amazon,
I'll
yeah.
buy a box. Buy one box for me, and then give me 2 boxes. I'll give Jerry
You
one
want
box.
60 pens, okay. But there are 50 pens in here. 1 mm though, the point, medium point.
Really?
I don't know if that's what you want.
Yeah, I don't
very
know. I
specific.
like the thicker one. Did you take the? Oh yeah, 1 mm.
1 mm.
think
Oh,
so.
1 mm?
Yeah.
Okay, all
Well,
right.
maybe
okay,
we'll
we're
just get
buying
60
pens,
first,
yeah.
lah.
30.
30.
50.
50 pens.
50 pens, yeah.
Are you coming in next week, Jerry?
I'm coming in at some week. I don't
Okay,
know
okay.
which
Then
week is it.
we'll pass you some when you come in.
Sure.
No need to buy too many, lah.
I don't know. I think 1 or 2 we test
Because
first.
these days we
and
don't
then
want
buy
to
the box.
buy too much,
Correct,
right? I
yes.
mean, it's something that we are consciously doing.
Yeah, it's like if you hate writing, why are you buying pens, right? Okay.
We just don't want to buy too many things these days.
Yes.
Right?
Sure.
No over consumerism. Yes. We're
Correct.
making a
That's
change.
true.
That's why I'm working with you, right? Because you're the sustainability person,
Absolutely.
the sustainability
Oh, wow.
person.
Yeah.
I will stop you
Okay.
from buying things that are unnecessary.
Correct. I think over the past years, I've been just buying too many things.
Glenn,
yeah.
is stopping. The first step is to delete all your apps from your phone.
Apps?
Your shopping apps.
Oh, no. I just have one, actually.
Oh, do you just have one? Okay, one is enough. I have like 5.
Yeah, and even that also, I'm very much more controlled.
That's good.
So yes, the apps declutter.
How do we go from that to that?
kilometrical pens
Yeah.
and using tools that help us.
Dysgraph,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, so those with specific learning disorder, you are asking whether we can manage it or not. So you cannot recover from it. It's not like a cough and a cold, but you can manage the disorder once you know what the characteristic of your disorder is. So for Glenn, and myself, it is finding the right pen. So sometimes it's also finding the right kind of paper or lighting that can really help to soothe the senses also. Yeah.
Yeah, Linus
So how do
is-
people find the right person in life? The reason why I'm saying this is because you know why? Valentine's Day is on Friday.
It is?
There's so many lonely souls.
Yeah, they
You
can
know what
do
I mean?
Galentine's Day.
People who have been looking for that that Mr. Right or Miss Right for years and years and years and have not been able to find it. And I'm not talking about myself here. Because I think I found. And then
And then you didn't.
Yeah, so this year is such a treat for me because I'm so free on Valentine's Day, right? I don't have to bother about
anything.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And I think that's a nice change. But for many people, they long
They want to do it.
to have a Valentine.
Yeah.
So for those people who are feeling, a bit sad, what have you got to say to them, Jerry?
On the theme of learning disorders and mental health, I thought it was really cute that we had a little chat yesterday at the event, right? And Michelle was sharing, I think, was it Michelle? I think one of the ladies was sharing that the embracing our differences, embracing our strengths and weaknesses. So one of the restaurants is looking at the height difference between your partner and you.
Oh.
To give the discounts.
To give the discount.
Right. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're really short and your partner is really tall or your friend is really tall. You get an even greater discount. We'll talk about embracing, strength and weaknesses. So is it a strength? Is it a weakness? I don't know. But I thought that was really cute.
Yeah, that's cute. That's a cute little promotion. But we've got some questions on Facebook, Dr. Jerry. Linus is asking, how about being unable to comprehend passages? Comprehension and problem sums, what would that be under?
So that would be your reading. So it can come under both your
Dyslexia.
It's not just your dyscalculia, because if you're talking about problem sums, you need to comprehend not just the math facts, but also the language that is used. So it could be your dyslexia, where reading comprehension is difficult for them.
And we have Benjamin that says he has difficulty with patterns.
Patterns?
Like patterns.
So that could be a visual dysgraphia.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
But we are saying it, please, disclaimer here, we're saying it because you're asking and I only have one thing
You're
to
not
work.
out of context. Yeah, there's no
Yes,
context in
yes.
it.
So please go and seek, professional help so that they can work with you.
But it's
on
okay,
it.
what? I mean, it's not a serious thing. If
No,
you-
no, she's just.
yeah. But the pattern thing.
I'm not diagnosing.
Yeah, she's not diagnosed.
Which means what? Which he has difficulty with what?
Maybe
As in when it comes to patterns.
maybe seeing patterns clearly. I'm unsure. Like Dr. Jerry says, this is just a one statement.
So funny, right? I mean,
difficulty
we
with
don't even
patterns.
think about patterns.
Yeah,
Right? It's
yeah.
like patterns. Like,
I mean, some people look at patterns and it makes them dizzy, and they can't see the variation, the difference between the lines and the colors and stuff like that. Which brings me to Maul's question, Dr. Jerry.
Yep.
Does that? I don't know which that is. Have right brain, left brain dominance? Because I'm left brain dominant, so I love maths and science. I'm not sure what she's referring to here specifically.
So there's another school of thought, or there's another angle that people work with, the right brain and the left brain. So left brain is supposed to be very logical. The right brain is supposed to be very, very creative. Yeah.
I'm right brain.
We use both
Creative.
our brains.
Yeah, but I'm more right brain, I feel. I mean, logical I do, but not math logical,
Yeah.
Not as
Yeah,
much.
understand. So some of us, would use one. We have a preference for a certain type of skills, and
Right.
that's where we say, okay, you're either right brain or left brain. But can we activate both our brains? Of course, we can activate both our brains.
Yeah.
So some of the geniuses only use one part of their brain, but they use a lot of that one part of their brain.
so me wanting to get married all the time, is that the right brain or the left brain?
It's definitely not the right brain. Right is creative.
But it's a wrong subject today.
Okay.
Not logical, that's for
Whether
sure.
it's left or right is a wrong.
Okay, Dr. Jerry, when we go back on air, we have questions about whether this also relates to Chinese characters. So we'll find out about that.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, if I'm thinking about getting married again, is that the right brain or the
That's
left?
not
okay,
logical,
okay.
it's not
All
logical.
right.
Wrong
Okay, stand by.
subject again.
Wrong subject.
Kiss Kiss 92 traffic.
We've got a report come in about a situation on the PIE. This is heading towards the airport at the KPE ECP exit. Look out for an accident. Also on the PIE towards the airport, a broken down vehicle at Clementi Avenue 6's entrance. Once again, Taipusam is happening, so all the usual roads like Tank Road in and around Serangoon Road will be affected. So look out for those, the signs that are up, and stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today and every Tuesday morning is award-winning psychologist from the therapy room, Dr. Geraldine Tan. Good morning, Jerry.
I thought my computer or my sound system was going wonky. It's just Glenn.
Glenn is always wonky. Dr. Jerry, we've had quite a few people messages on Facebook and YouTube asking about whether dyslexia, dysgraphia, how do you pronounce it?
Dyscalculia.
Yeah.
Also works in different languages, for example, Mandarin characters.
So it does, if let's say you have the spatial dysgraphia, you might not find, you might feel that Chinese characters are very difficult. The sequencing is tough. How it looks, because it is a picture, how the characters are formed may not make sense for you. So that's when they would have a lot of difficulty learning those characters. Now, if let's say they have dyslexic dysgraphia, so they have issues with the sound, or they have dyslexia. They have issues with the sound, the four sounds that Chinese has. That would pose a lot. Yes, that would pose a lot of difficulty.
Right? That's what it is.
汉语拼音.
Yeah, da 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 da. That's correct.
It is correct.
It is correct. Yeah, why are you laughing at me?
第一声, 第二声, 第三声, 第四声.
And I just wrote my Mandarin name, which I haven't done in decades, but I'm surprised I still remember it.
What is your Mandarin name?
张树平.
张
So pretty.
张树平平平平.
Ping. It's
Okay,
ping.
平, 第一声.
Ping.
Okay.
We're changing it to a Chinese channel now. Just because it's the second last day of Chinese New Year.
Yes, a final chance for the year.
But yes, that would pose a lot of difficulty for some of the students or even adults, because they cannot differentiate the different sounds. Yeah, and especially Chinese, there is the CH, SH sounds and the G sounds at the end. That means those ending with a G and those ending without a G, which many people would then mix up.
Like Hanyu pinyin, right?
Yes.
Because some people say pinyin. Yeah.
That's right.
Yes,
Changes it.
exactly.
Okay.
Okay, Jerry, we got to wrap this up.
Oh my God, it's always so fast. Okay. So earlier we said that the Albert Einstein has dysgraphia. So he says intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death.
Wow.
It's a bit morbid but very powerful. So
Yeah.
lifelong learning, it's not just lifelong learning, but how he puts it is really very powerful.
Yep.
Amazing.
Lifelong learning. And if you fail, try again.
Yep. Keep going.
All right. Jerry, thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll see all of you next week.
Hopefully in the studio. I'll have your kilometricals ready for you. One in every color.
Yeah. No, blue.
Okay. All right. Take care, Jerry.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Coming up very soon, headline news and sports right here on Kiss 92.
The Big Show with Glenn and Angel.